All right, let's jump right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking a really fascinating investigative report titled Rebuilding Trust in Cleveland Policing. Now, we're looking at a city that is currently standing at a massive constitutional crossroads. For over a decade now, Cleveland has been operating under a federal police consent decree. But recently, local political leaders have attempted to end this federal oversight, and well, that led to some major legal pushback. So today, we're going to examine exactly what this investigative report uncovered about Cleveland's accountability systems, and critically, we'll look at the technological solution, an app called GoVia Highlight a Hero, that this report is pitching to lawmakers as a way to actually create safer, more transparent communities.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the consent decree crisis and the broken oversight system behind it. Then, we'll introduce the GoVia app, explore how it aims to protect both sides of the badge, and finally, we'll walk through the exact pilot program recommendations being presented to civic leaders.
All right, Part 1, the consent decree crisis.
So this crisis, it's been brewing for a decade. Back in 2015, a Department of Justice investigation found sweeping, systemic failures in accountability, inadequate supervision, and unconstitutional uses of force. I mean, that is what triggered the federal consent decree in the first place. Fast forward to February 2024, and Cleveland city leadership, specifically Mayor Justin Bibb and City Council President Blaine Griffin, moved to prematurely terminate this federal oversight. But, and this is the kicker, later in 2024, U.S. District Judge Solomon Oliver Jr. stepped in and explicitly denied that termination attempt. The judge blocked the city's move for a very specific reason, citing unresolved deficiencies and a lack of credible leadership to oversee reform. The report frames Judge Oliver's decisive ruling as a massive federal warning. Cleveland simply cannot police itself without independent oversight right now. The required structural safety improvements just haven't materialized to rebuild that community trust.
Which brings us to Section 2, a broken oversight system.
You know, the report argues that the 2015 consent decree itself, that was never the problem. The actual problem is the city's internal infrastructure, which is fundamentally broken. Just look at these three key oversight bodies. First, you have the Office of Professional Standards, or OPS. The report flags this office for being plagued by notoriously slow investigations and heavy political interference. Next is the Civilian Police Review Board, which the report states has been severely weakened by unlawful appointments and internal conflict. And finally, the Community Police Commission, completely undermined by continuous political pressure. According to this investigation, the system designed to enforce accountability is basically failing at every single level. Drilling down a bit deeper, the investigation pinpoints the root causes of these structural weaknesses. Historically, appointments have prioritized political loyalty over actual expertise. Investigations just drag on forever. But perhaps most importantly for our explainer today, the report highlights a massive technological gap. These oversight bodies lack real-time data and verified documentation. They don't have independent, modern channels for citizens to report misconduct. And without those tools, true accountability is just completely out of reach. And this broken system, it creates a profound crisis of trust with a very real human cost. Citizens are reporting a deep fear of retaliation, a total lack of transparency, and literally zero confidence that their complaints will ever lead to discipline. Meanwhile, on the flip side, officers suffer under that exact same dysfunction. They feel unfairly judged, they lack community support, and they have absolutely no mechanism to highlight positive community-building interactions. It's just a complete lose-lose scenario. Which leads us to this pivotal question. If the oversight bodies are broken, and trust is essentially non-existent, how does Cleveland actually demonstrate the real, measurable reform that Judge Oliver and the federal court are demanding? This is exactly where the investigative report pivots from diagnosing the problem to proposing a highly specific technological solution to lawmakers.
And that takes us to Section 3, introducing the GoVia app. The report proposes integrating a tool called GoVia Highlight a Hero. Now, this is a community police safety app specifically designed to document encounters, verify affidavits, and elevate positive policing. The report pitches this to lawmakers not as a replacement for human oversight, but as the exact technological infrastructure needed to bridge the gap between police and citizens, ultimately inspiring safer, more secure neighborhoods. Let's break down the actual mechanics here. These are the specific features the report argues can serve as the transparent proof Judge Oliver is demanding from the city. First, it allows for real-time encounter documentation. Second, and this is absolutely huge for accountability, it uses affidavit-backed verification, meaning citizen accounts are formally, legally documented. Third, it provides immediate access to attorneys and mental health professionals, even featuring a Zoom-style video chat during encounters to help de-escalate situations in real time. And lastly, it features a hero recognition system, giving the community a structured, official way to highlight positive policing.
The report sums up the whole philosophy of the app with this pretty powerful statement. It is not anti-police technology, it is pro-transparency, pro-safety, and pro-trust. The authors of the investigation are making a direct appeal to lawmakers here, framing this technology as a modernized approach to accountability that inspires safer communities rather than just focusing on punitive measures.
Moving right along to Section 4, Protecting Both Sides. The report argues that GoVia literally strengthens both sides of the badge. For citizens, you're looking at enhanced safety, ironclad documentation, and immediate legal and mental health access. For officers, this verifiable data gives them vital protection against false accusations, and it gives them formal recognition for exemplary conduct. It creates transparent evidence that builds community trust instead of eroding it.
So how does this actually align with the federal mandate? Well, this app theoretically answers the specific requirements that Cleveland is currently failing to meet. The consent decree requires community engagement. GoVia supports this through its hero recognition. The mandate demands transparency. GoVia offers real-time documentation. The court absolutely wants data-driven accountability. GoVia provides those verified affidavits. And finally, the decree requires improved complaint processes. GoVia offers an independent, structured reporting channel that entirely bypasses local political interference.
All right, on to our final section, the pilot program recommendations.
The report lays out a very clear 4-step legislative roadmap for lawmakers. Step 1 is to launch a 12-month pilot specifically targeting high-need areas like Cleveland's East Side or districts that have historically high complaint volumes and low trust. Step 2 is to actually integrate the data gathered by the app directly into the failing OPS and CPRB to modernize them. Step 3 is establishing an independent evaluation team. And Step 4 requires quarterly public transparency reports so the public can actually track the progress.
I want to quickly zero in on Step 3, the independent evaluation team. The report insists, absolutely insists, that any pilot has to be evaluated objectively. They recommend assembling a nonpartisan coalition, including civil rights attorneys, data scientists, local community leaders, and, importantly, police union observers. This just ensures that the data collected is verified and actually trusted by all the stakeholders involved.
And regarding those quarterly reports, remember, Judge Oliver demanded measurable progress, right? Not just political optimism. So these are the specific metrics lawmakers would use to actually measure success. They'd track the raw volume of encounters documented. They'd track the number of formal affidavits submitted. They would monitor hero recognitions to really gauge positive policing. And crucially, they would measure resolution times to see if the app's data actually makes the Office of Professional Standards more efficient at closing cases.
To wrap this all up, the report's central thesis is crystal clear. Cleveland needs proof, not promises. GoVia is the missing tool that makes oversight possible. The authors are presenting this data to inspire lawmakers to vote for actionable safety measures. They're arguing that adopting this technology could literally transform Cleveland from a city struggling under a federal mandate into a national leader in community-centered policing.
So, I'll leave you with this. With the federal court watching closely and the current oversight infrastructure fundamentally broken, will Cleveland's lawmakers seize this rare opportunity to implement verifiable tech and actually lead the nation in community-centered policing innovation?